Did you just see that catch that Mookie Betts made? That's one of the greatest endings to a game I've ever seen. Unbelievable. Welcome to the Utopian Baseball Universe Report. This is Joey with your Saturday report. I've got all your scores and highlights. Let's get right to it. Our top story tonight, our own Jack McDowell dominates the Braves, ending the 5-game winning streak of our Utopian Baseball Universe champions from last year. Jack McDowell, complete game, 5-hitter, struck out 5, walked none, as the White Sox beat the Braves today, 8-1. Jack McDowell's first win of the year. Good on you, Jack. Here we go. Here's the rest of the early games for you. We've got the Durham Bulls 4 and the Cubs 2. Anthony Rizzo and Billy Williams each with 3 hits. The Cubs had 13 hits in this game, but lose 4-2. Jim Bunning with his first win of the year. Rick Sutcliffe falls to 1-2. Brian Harvey, his second save for the Bulls. The Mets beat the Angels 7-6. The Mets come from behind again. They scored 5 runs in the 7th inning today. Keith Hernandez with a go-ahead RBI double gives the Mets another come-from-behind victory against a Los Angeles team. Remember, they had that big win on Jackie Robinson Day, that Curtis Granderson 3-run double. Roger McDowell, his first win of the year. Jesse Orosco earning the save for the Mets. Tampa Bay 6, Cleveland 4. Carlos Pena, 3 hits, 2 runs scored. Tris Speaker, 3 hits for the Indians, including his first homer of the year. Brian Boxberger, his second win for the Reds. Was it Brian or Brad? Boxberger. We'll just say Boxberger. I should know this because he's a Brewer now. Boxberger with his second win. Addy Joss with his second loss for the Indians. And Fernando Rodney with his 5th save for the Rays. Texas shut out Minnesota today, 5-0. Charlie Huff, complete game, 3-hit shutout, 8 strikeouts for Huff. Pete Hill, 2 hits, including a triple, scored 2 runs and stole a base for the winning Rangers. And we have Detroit 9-6 over the Cardinals. Nicky Tettleton, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored for the Tigers. Kirk Gibson with a pinch hit 2-run triple in this game. The Cardinals have not won a game since they were named the top team in our first power rankings. They're 0-5 since I made that announcement. In our NBC game today was the Philadelphia Phillies 6 and the Colorado Rockies 0. Pete Alexander with a complete game, 3-hit shutout, 9 strikeouts. Jimmy Rollins going yard twice for the Phillies. Let's take a look at tonight's games, our night games. It was San Francisco 9, Washington 8. The Nationals led this one 6-0 after 5 innings. Jeff Kent and Anthony Rendon, each with 4 hits and 2 runs scored. Will Clark with a 6th inning 3-run homer. Matt Adams with a home run today for the Nationals and 3 RBIs as the Giants get the win in Washington. What a game in Baltimore. Oakland 1, Baltimore 0. Great pitching from both starting pitchers. Catfish Hunter, 8 scoreless, 8 strikeouts. Steve Stone pitched 9 innings, gave up 1 run. He gave up a Mark Ellis homer in the 3rd inning, struck out 9 himself as the A's win in Baltimore. Dodgers 4, Yankees 3 in 10 innings tonight. The Yankees scored 3 in the 8th to tie the game, and then Duke Snider with an RBI double in the 10th gives the Dodgers the lead for good. Andy Cooper, his second win for the Dodgers. Dave Righetti takes the loss, his first. Babe Ruth hit his second home run of the year for the Yankees. It was Seattle 7, Montreal 0. Chris Bosio with a complete game, 6-hit shutout, 6 strikeouts. Biz Mackey hitting his first Utopian Baseball Universe home run for the Mariners, a 3-run homer in the 7th as the Mariners shut out Montreal. was the Red Sox 6, the Diamondbacks 4. The Sox scored 4 runs in the first inning. John Lester went the distance, struck out 9. Dave Ortiz hit his 3rd homer of the year for the Sox. Christian Vasquez hitting his first home run of the year for the Red Sox. It was Florida 2, Cincinnati 0. Levon Hernandez, 6 1/3 scoreless, 6 strikeouts. Mike Lowell had 2 hits in this game with a run scored. Jared Saltalamacchia hitting his 2nd homer of the year for the Marlins. In one of the biggest, this was the biggest inning in Utopian history. The Brewers tonight, at home against the Astros, scored 14 runs in the first inning. They scored 18 runs total tonight. 17 of the first 18 batters reached base for the Brewers. The only one that didn't in those first 18, Juan Nieves struck out. So the first 8 reached, Nieves struck out. The next 9 reached before 2 Hall of Famers flew out to center field, Paul Molitor and Robin Yount. But the Brewers scored 14 runs in the first. It's never happened in the history of the Utopian baseball universe. Rob Deere, Cecil Cooper, and B.J. Suroff, each with 4 hits tonight. Christian Yelich with a homer and 4 RBIs in a historic game at Miller Park. Kansas City shut out the Pirates 6-0. Mark Gubicza with a complete game 7-hit shutout. 6 strikeouts for the Royals. Willie Wilson with a 3-run homer for the Royals. And on TBS tonight, Dave Dravecky making his return to TBS. He threw that perfect game against Seattle last year. He was not as good tonight as the Blue Jays beat the Padres 5-2. R.A. Dickey, 5 2/3 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts. Ernie Witt with a 2-run double for the Blue Jays. Let's look at our top hitters tonight. The whole Brewers team, 14 runs in the first inning. It's never happened. Jimmy Rollins, 2 homers for the Phillies. Jeff Kent and Anthony Rendon, each with 4 hits and 2 runs scored in that Giants-Nationals game. Top pitchers. We've got, all right, this is yesterday's. I apologize. I must have not saved it. We had 4. I've got it right here, though. We had 4 complete game shutouts tonight. Chris Bosio, Pete Alexander, Charlie Huff, and Mark Gubicza, all with complete game shutouts tonight. Those are our top pitching performances. And I just want to say, I posted about it earlier at about 5:30 today. We got our old settings back. Just to explain, we've been a public group since day one, since we launched March 20th of 2020. On March 12th of this year, our public settings changed, handcuffing a lot of the things that I can do within the group. The only way to get my old settings back, and this was through a lot of research I did, was to basically go to a private group now, so I have basically control of who can join. The intention was always to either invite people in or have people ask if they wanted to come in. They'd have to answer some questions and, make sure that they were baseball fans. For the last 4 weeks or so, anyone just could jump in, and we were seeing a lot more spam. We've had upwards of 20 people blocked for just bad content. So I'm happy that the settings have been reset. I wanted to welcome, we've had 4 new members join since those settings reset. Todd Mosberg, throw this up here, Todd Mosberg, Gino Riccardi, Mark Rigel, and Matthew Lipsit. Welcome to the Utopian Baseball Universe. I hope you enjoy the content. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Tomorrow, we've got another big day in the Utopian Baseball Universe. All the aces on the bump tomorrow. It's the same matchups, same teams, game 3 of the respective series. Let's look at some of the matchups we have here. Christy Mathewson versus Steven Strasburg tomorrow. That'll be a great one. How about this? Nolan Ryan versus Tom Seaver tomorrow. This is the only place you're going to see that. Sandy Koufax versus Ron Guidry. That's our ESPN Sunday night game tomorrow. Rube Foster versus Steve Carlton. What else do we got here? Warren Spahn versus Lucas Giolito. We've got Yu Darvish versus Walter Johnson tomorrow. And how about Bob Gibson versus Jack Morris? Doesn't get bigger than that, guys. That's all I got for you. All day games tomorrow. I think we have 2 night games actually tomorrow. I can't think of what the second one is, but Dodgers, Yankees. I'll throw that up for you tomorrow. Dodgers, Yankees is our Sunday night game. And then the Diamondbacks and Red Sox are off tomorrow because they play Game 3 of their series is the Patriots Day game in the Utopian Baseball Universe. Would be Monday morning at, I guess, 10 a.m. Central Time. That's going to be Randy Johnson versus Smokey Joe Wood. So everyone have a great night. Again, welcome to Todd, Gina, Mark, and Matthew for joining the Utopian Baseball Universe. Everybody have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow.